Good day, everyone. Eric Olsen from Helps, law firm for seniors and disabled. Welcome to Helps YouTube Live today on Thursday, April 3rd, 2025. My name's Eric Olsen, attorney now for 46 years, the founder of Helps. Helps is a national law firm that represents seniors and disabled persons. Doesn't matter your age, just depends on your source of income. Our most important message to seniors and persons that are struggling with debt is that your Social Security, your pension, your disability, your VA benefits, virtually all forms of retirement are protected from debt collectors. It can't be taken from you. And our second message is that even if someone were to sue you and get a judgment and they tried to garnish your bank account, banks protect automatically twice the amount of your federal benefit deposited in your bank account from garnishment, regardless of what funds are in there or where they came from. So if you got $1,500 in Social Security, $3,000 in your bank account is protected from garnishment, even if some of that money came from somewhere else. Okay, so they can't take your pension, they can't take your Social Security. And what Helps does is we represent seniors and disabled persons who get this protected income as their attorney to stop collector harassment. There was a law passed in 1978 called the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. That law provides if you're represented by an attorney, collectors can no longer call or send demand letters anymore. They have to leave you alone. And so when people find out about Helps and they enroll in Helps, they give us the collectors they owe money to or creditors, and we send out what's called a cease and desist letter, and that debt collector can no longer call or send you demand letters anymore. They have to leave you alone. So that's what Helps does. And then our second mission is to educate seniors how they can maintain their financial independence. And so we, try to answer questions for seniors that are having problems so that they can live within their means. And that's what we do. Okay, this may be an abbreviated session today for a couple reasons. I had a kidney stone attack this morning. I talked to one of the other attorneys that was going to do YouTube Live, and I just told her about 5 minutes ago, I said, it's gone away. I'm going to be okay, at least for a little bit. But I've had kidney stone attacks my whole life. Okay, so I'm fine. But I appreciate you, and if you have any questions, put them in the chat feature. We'll try to answer them. And if you don't get them answered, or if you remember, if you have any other questions that come up, you can always call Helps, okay? We tell our clients, when you enroll in Helps, you're a client ongoing, literally forever, so you never have to deal with debt collector issues. And if you ever have a question, you can pick up the phone and you can call us, no matter how often. That's the whole reason Helps was founded. Seniors could always have someone to call if they were worried or concerned. In fact, you've probably heard me tell people that if someone calls and they say, I really didn't want to bother you guys, I know you're really busy, but I've been really worried. No, you call us when you have a question. Okay. No, I'm fine. So the topic for today, this person contacted us from Georgia, and it says, I am a senior citizen struggling with credit card debt. I have never missed a payment, but can only afford to make the minimum payments every month. My only source of income is Social Security and a small pension. The guy, he's never missed a payment. A lot of people contact us and they ask, well, do I have to be behind before I can get your help? No, you don't have to be behind. Probably maybe 1 out of 5 of our clients are completely current on everything. They finally realize they can't make a payment anymore. So it doesn't matter. You don't have to sit and wait around to get creditor calls and then say, oh, I need to call help. I can call Helps then. They can help me. No. If you're current on everything, you can stop making the payment. Give us the creditors. We'll send them a cease and desist letter. then what will happen is you'll definitely get another letter or contact from a debt collector in the future, maybe in a month, 3 months, 6 months, whatever. And when you get a new collection notice from a new debt collector, then you need to turn that into helps. We need the name and address. Don't need the address. We need who they are. Yeah, name, address, and account number. And we'll send a cease and desist letter to that new debt collector, and they're going to leave you alone. Okay? You can hear me fine. Okay. So Kat asks, hi, if you can't pay your monthly contract for 2 years and you're under the federal and state poverty levels, do you reject and refuse when your motto is we don't refuse anyone? Oh, in other words, do we kick anyone out of helps? No. No, we don't kick anyone out. The only way a person would be removed from helps is if we can't contact them. They disappear on us. We have to be able to communicate with our clients. Our fees are very minimal. 1 out of 5 or 6 of our clients get our help for free. Those that pay a very modest sum. So we make it work for people. Okay. Can a credit card, Yin Yang asks, can a credit card or creditor go after real or personal property that is outside the realm of exempt property for the state? Kind of like asking me, if it's cloudy outside and I hear thunder, can I get hit by a bolt of lightning? Well, I suppose it's possible, but we don't live our lives that way. Okay, so Yin Yang, you see, every state has exemption laws. They protect a certain amount of equity in property. For example, you might be buying a home and maybe you owe $100,000 on the home, but it's worth $200,000. So that means you have about $100,000 equity in the home. The equity is how much you have over and above what you owe. Okay. Maybe the exemption for the state where you live is $50,000 for equity in a home. So that means you have $50,000 in equity in your home that's not exempt. Okay. And the question Yin Yang asks it is, can they go after that home? Well, it's theoretically possible, but they just don't do it for a lot of reasons. First off, it's expensive for them to do it. And they've learned by the school of hard knocks that it doesn't pan out for them. So they, as a practice, debt collectors don't go after non-exempt property. Maybe you own it with a spouse, and maybe the debt is just with you. Therefore, they couldn't get at the property. And then if they were to go after the property, there's things that could be done to stop them from proceeding. So no, you don't need to worry about taking property if it's not exempt. Okay, it just doesn't happen. And I know, because we've got tens of thousands of clients that helps, and we know what happens in the real world. Now, sometimes someone might scare you into thinking that that's a possibility, but so much in things we talk about helps are odds, and the odds are so minimal or low, they're not worth talking about. So no, you're not going to worry about them taking it. Even if you had a car that was free and clear, maybe it was a $10,000 car, didn't owe anything, and the exemption for your state is like $2,500 for. Obviously, if you have a car and you owe money on it, you've got to make the car payment because they have a lien on they have the title to the car. So that's different than a creditor that you owe money to that sues and gets a judgment. Okay. No, the cat is going with my daughter, who is a veterinarian in Louisiana. I mean, in Los Angeles. My wife took her up to the airport yesterday, and took him up to the airport yesterday, and he got to fly to Los Angeles, and he's doing just fine. Thank you, Jimmy. Appreciate that. I get lots of advice on kidney stones. I've lived my whole life with them. So we are going to have a shorter session today. But okay, so this person contacts us from Idaho. I need information on how to protect my Social Security disability income from debt collectors. My debt is credit card debt that I am unable to make payments on. Well, if you're a regular, you know the answer. All forms of Social Security are protected from debt collectors. Doesn't matter. SSI, Social Security, SSD, which is Social Security Disability, regular Social Security. And it's protected in your bank account up to twice the amount that's deposited. This person contacts us from Washington way back in December and had some questions based on one of our YouTube videos. Husband is sick, had Parkinson's. The self-employment income, but he's unable to work. They have credit card debt, car payments, etc. And they have money in savings account. They have a timeshare loan and looking to get out of it. Now, if you've listened to me before, if you have a timeshare, you can just stop making the payment. You don't have to pay anyone to help you get out of it. Timeshares don't sue. Wouldn't matter if they did sue. If your income, Social Security, and pension, it's protected. Okay? So they called us in December and we sent them an email. We have preloaded emails on timeshares, why they don't need to pay it, why they don't need to worry. Okay, so they contacted us in December, and we went over how their income was protected. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. Okay. They're going to say, then they contacted us again. So they originally contacted us in December of 23. So then they contacted us again in May of 24. The savings account originally was like $25,000. Now it's down to $16,000. They've been spending it. They have a reverse mortgage. We are exhausted and yard looks like our home has been abandoned because we aren't able to keep up. Then they called again last May of 24. We again talked to them about they didn't need to worry about the timeshare, how their income was protected, and explained what helps does. This is kind of really relaying how people enroll in helps. Sometimes people call us 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times before they finally decide to enroll. A lot of times when I see this, I say to myself, maybe they should have enrolled earlier. And that way they wouldn't have gone through all these headaches. But so they contacted us in August of 2024. I'm reading the notes here. I've looked at your YouTube videos about how you help with debt collection. I would like to know if it's a requirement that we have no cash in a savings account that came from another source than Social Security. If so, would it be possible to gift it to our son and daughter who would basically protect it and give us cash? Could do that. It says the kids want them to file bankruptcy. Well, if they have much cash on hand, they can't probably. The cash isn't going to be exempt. We told them again that there was no need to worry. Then They contacted us this year, March of 25. They decided after much discussion with their 2 adult children that bankruptcy is the best option for them. Well, they must have changed their mind because they contacted us 3 days ago and decided to go with helps. Their only income now is Social Security and a very small pension. Husband has some tools that they're going to sell. They don't need to sell them, but he can sell them if they want. They have a trailer. You can sell if they want. They don't have to. And they're opening up a new bank account. If you have a question or you're concerned about your debt situation and you're a senior, give us a call. We'll talk to you and explain to you what your rights are and why you don't need to worry about this stuff. And if you decide to enroll in helps, we can enroll you. When people enroll, we enroll people over the phone. We'll push a button and keep you on the phone, and you're going to get an email that says, "Welcome to Helps," confirms you're a client. It tells you how to get us the creditors. You can email them, text them, fax them, mail them, however you want to get them to us. Our goal is within 24 hours to send them a cease and desist letter so they leave you alone. And then you're going to be our client ongoing so you don't have to deal with debt collectors anymore. Kat says, I wanted to join yesterday and Laura didn't want to accept it, that I can't pay, especially when I don't know the facts with this, Kat, but call us again. You can ask to speak with one of the attorneys and we'll take care of you. DW asks, I'm in Missouri. I have a Nebraska furniture line of credit card. My research says this company is pretty aggressive in repossessing furniture. Good question. I talk about this, and I know what to talk about. Okay, so I'll explain. There are different types of security interests. Obviously, if you buy a car in a car company, they put their name on the title to the car. If you're buying a home, there's a mortgage. Okay? Now, what if you buy some furniture? There's 2 types of security interest under what's called the Uniform Commercial Code. One is a purchase money security interest. The other one is a non-purchase money security interest. Now, I'm not going to get legal mumbo jumbo with you, but I'm going to explain this. There is a security interest. It's called a purchase money security interest. When you buy something like furniture or jewelry, the creditor can have you sign an agreement. It's part of the contract where they make the loan to you that says if you don't make the payment, they have the right to repossess the furniture or the jewelry. That's called a purchase money security interest. So, yes, if you do buy furniture from a furniture store, often they will have a purchase money security interest, which allows them to pick up the furniture. Now, they can't force themselves into your home. I know my voice sounds a little hoarse. I'm sorry about that. I don't know why, but they can't force themselves into the home, but they could contact you and say, hey, we need to pick up this furniture. Now, what if it's a regular credit card? No, they're not going to do that. The only time a company that has a purchase money security interest is a company that finances themselves like a furniture company or like a jewelry store, Harry Ritchie's Jewelries. And if you buy and use their credit, they have a purchase money security interest. So technically, they have a lien on the furniture. You would need to pay it. But if it's a regular credit card, no, they don't have a purchase money security interest. Now, if something happened to the furniture, if you sold it or gave it away or it became dilapidated, no good, and you threw it away and it's garbage, then the security interest, it goes away. There's nothing for you to worry about. Okay? Now, there's another type of security interest that sometimes some lenders use. It's called a non-purchase money security interest. So that's a situation, you go to borrow money from some finance company and they have you write on a piece of paper a list of certain items that you own that they're going to take as security. Might be a computer, bedroom set, your lawnmower. And can they take those items? Well, theoretically, they could try, but the reason they do that is they do that to intimidate people into thinking that, hey, if I don't pay this debt, they're going to come take my computer or they're going to come take my lawnmower. As a practice, they don't do that. And if you refuse them to do that, they can't do anything. They can't break into your home or force you to give it back to them. They'd have to file a lawsuit. They never do that because this used furniture you have, it's worthless. Okay, or this item, a lawnmower, it's worthless. So that they're not going to do that. They just do it to intimidate you into thinking, if I don't pay this debt, they're going to come take my lawnmower or my dining room set, or they're going to take my bed or my sofa. Okay, that's what they do. Not all high interest lenders have a non-purchase money security interest. A few of them do, mostly in the southeast United States. The South, some of them use it. I think they think it gives them more power into intimidating someone to making sure that they make their payment. Okay? Richard asks, is payment to helps a one-time payment or monthly, yearly, or what? No, it's a monthly payment. I'll explain. When people enroll in helps, the payment, it depends. It's kind of a tier depending on what your income is, your household income. If it's under a certain amount, it could be $20 for 24 months, then $10 for 24 months, then free thereafter. Or $30 for 24 months, $15 for 24 months, and free thereafter. Or $40 for 24 months, and then $20 for 24 months, then free thereafter. So it ends after 4 years, but you're still our client. Why does it go down? Because the problems that we have go down over time. We don't turn anyone away that needs our help. So some of our clients get our help for free. But it depends. The most person normally would be $40 for 24 months, $20 for 24 months, then free thereafter. You got to realize, when you enroll in helps, you're not going to be paying your credit cards anymore. You don't have to pay them, or this other debt. You can stop paying the payday loan. Or you can stop paying. If you owe taxes, we'll be able to help you get on currently not collectible status. We'll help you with a student loan. You get on an income-based repayment plan. So all this debt you've been paying before, you're not going to be paying anymore. So our fee is really modest, and it's monthly. Now, when does it start? We don't need any money up front to enroll in helps. It begins 30 to 60 days. So, for example, if someone calls helps and they wanted to enroll today, we might ask them, what day did you get your Social Security? And if they said, we get it on the 3rd of the month. Okay, so we give you at least 30 days free. Anyone that enrolls today, their payment would begin on like May 3rd. But let's say you get your Social Security on the second Wednesday of the month. Okay, so I guess second Wednesday of the month. So today is April 3rd. Does that mean then if you enroll in help, your payment would be on, the May 14th. The 14th would always be after the second Wednesday. Or May 21st, which is always after the third Wednesday. So we don't need any money to enroll up front. Almost all our clients, we They give us their debit card name, number, and expiration date, but the payment won't begin till, like I said, 30 to 60 days in the future. But you're enrolled immediately, right then. So when we hang up the phone with you and you're enrolled in HELPS, if you get a call in the next couple minutes, you would tell them to call HELPS. You give them our name and number. And if they were to call us, you're going to be in our system as being our client. You can always cancel HELPS. We don't have too many people cancel. We always want you to talk to us before you cancel, because maybe we may need to make an adjustment with your fee to make it work for you. Some people cancel with HELPS. A lot of them that cancel with HELPS will call us back. Because when you cancel with us, we have to send a letter to the debt collectors we sent letters to when you enroll with us, telling them that we no longer represent you, so they could start calling you again. And you don't want that to happen. We don't want that to happen. So we can re-enroll you. Okay? Some people call us, and for whatever reason, they're going to change to a different bank account. And we don't have to have a debit card to enroll you. You can give us a debit card later if you're going to be going to a new bank account. So, yeah, we make it work for people. We make it work. We don't want our clients, we don't want you to stress, and we want you to be protected from collectors bothering you. Okay? So if I keep talking here, looks like we may go longer than what I thought we were going to go. This person calls us, they say, need help with credit cards. Was getting ready to file bankruptcy, but fortunately saw a senior living broadcast. I'm 70 years old, was planning on working till 75 due to bills, but unfortunately the doctor doesn't agree. Thank you for any assistance you may have. Yeah, before HELPS was started, I filed bankruptcy. My old firm is still in existence. They file more bankruptcies than any law firm in the state where they practice. And I started HELPS because seniors simply didn't need to file bankruptcy. The vast majority didn't need to. They couldn't afford to, for one thing. And then I tell them, I said, you don't need to file bankruptcy because all your income is protected. No one can do anything to you. But I knew that creditors could still call them on the phone. Or maybe they're getting sued and they're scared, they don't know what to do. So HELPS operates under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. So we represent you, so these collectors have to leave you alone. And the magic with HELPS is that you can be enrolled immediately, and then with your attorney ongoing, so you never have to deal with collectors. So I just talked about the fees, how they end after 4 years. Does that mean after 4 years you're no longer our client? Not so. You're our client literally forever. Okay? And we always want you to call us if we're worried or concerned. Yeah. So it's been almost a half hour. I explained when I started it was going to be short today because I'm recovering from a kidney stone attack. But one thing about kidney stones, you can be in misery 1 second, and then just a few minutes later, it can go away and you're fine. Okay, and that's where I am. I'm fine. So, like I explained yesterday, next couple of weeks are going to be kind of hectic for me. I'm going to be in the process of moving, temporarily to Louisiana, to New Orleans. But I'll be doing Helps YouTube Live for the next couple of weeks from remote locations. And if I'm not able to do it, one of the other attorneys from Helps is going to be doing YouTube Live. And I'm still going to be, doing YouTube from New Orleans for 2 years. Working with a nonprofit that my wife is going to be helping for mothers that are new mothers that are underprivileged and struggling and maybe don't have family support, and also young mothers with young children under 18 months, teaching them things about how to take care of a baby, get kind of support like that. And I'll be supporting my wife in that, but I'll also be doing YouTube. And I think I'll be able to help my wife out because I'll be able to help a lot of these young mothers that maybe need help on housing, how they can get subsidized housing, maybe schooling help and things like that. I'll be helping her with that. But I guess some of the mothers we're going to be helping, some of them don't even know how to use a car seat. They don't know how to access certain types of benefits. And a lot of them don't have family support. So that's what my wife's going to be doing. I'm going to be supporting her. So the next couple of weeks, it's going to be hectic. Okay? But that won't affect you. You can always call with your questions, no matter how often. So I think I'm going to say goodbye. And I will see you Monday at the same time. And if you have any questions in the interim, give us a call. You can put them in the chat feature or the comment feature too. And we'll address it on the comments. I'm going to be doing another YouTube Live video tomorrow. Not a YouTube Live, but a YouTube video with senior living on Social Security. It won't get published right away, but it'll be published pretty soon. So I see there's one more question. I always have time to deal with questions. Okay. If someone gets a lien on your property, what happens when you die if you leave the house to your spouse or child? Good question. And I've answered it. The nice thing about Helps is I answer the same questions a lot over and over again. Well, I don't mind that. Because sometimes it takes a while for people to grasp things, and we have new clients all the time coming on our channel. So if someone sues you and gets a judgment, in most states that judgment could become a lien on the home. But let's say that you're the husband, and the judgment is against you, but you own the home jointly with your wife, with survivorship rights. That means if someone sues you and gets a judgment, it could be a lien on the home. Depends on the state where you live, but almost always. But if you die before your wife, then at your death, the judgment automatically passes, the home automatically passes on to your wife. The judgment lien disappears because the judgment is only a lien on property you own. And when you die, you no longer own the property. The property passed to your wife. So there won't be a problem with that, with your wife getting the property or your spouse. Does that answer your question, Rockabilly? So if you own the home jointly with your children, with joint tenants with rights to survivorship, you pass away, and if someone had a judgment against you, when you're dead, you don't own the property passes to your kids, the judgment lien disappears. That's if their name was on the title before the judgment came into effect. Okay? My wife is an angel. She was a hospice nurse for 20 years. You're also kind. Okay, call us if you have any questions. Press the like button. Subscribe to our channel. Always tell someone about Helps. Sometimes I tell people about Helps. I say, if you're talking to someone and a little voice in your mind says, maybe this person could use helps. You share what helps does with others. A lot of people need that help. Okay, so call us if you have any questions, and I will see you Monday. I don't know where from, but somewhere. I'll see you Monday. God bless, and have a wonderful day.